Step into the soul of Colombia, a dazzling treasure where stunning scenery meets a cost of living so budget-friendly it could easily become your next getaway spot. This journey takes you inside a nation on the rise, where places like Medellin have shed their shadowy histories to emerge as vibrant hubs of culture and tourism. Imagine savoring a delicious meal for just $3 or unwinding in upscale digs for only $35 a night. We're peeling back the layers of this South American gem, revealing how it blends a deep-rooted heritage with a growing reputation as a safe, wallet-friendly paradise for travelers and expats. Whether you're dreaming of a new home base or craving an off-the-beaten-path adventure, Colombia's tale is one you'll want to uncover. Colombia, sprawling over 1,142,000 square kilometers, 5 times larger than neighboring Ecuador, is a land of rich diversity and staggering beauty. With a population of 52 million, it's a vibrant tapestry of landscapes, where the north meets the Caribbean Sea and the west greets the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. The country also shares borders with Panama to the north, Ecuador to the south, and Venezuela to the east. Its vast area includes hundreds of rivers that enhance its fertile lands. While northern and western Colombia are densely populated, the southeastern and southern regions are covered by the Amazon rainforest, largely uninhabited except for a few indigenous tribes living in seclusion. Colombia, now the second most populous country in South America after Brazil, is bustling and diverse. Take Medellin, a city located north of the capital Bogota, nestled in Colombia's interior. Despite its early reputation, shadowed by the notorious Pablo Escobar, Medellin has transformed today. When you look at the city from above, its skyline packed with tall buildings in a 382-kilometer area might remind you of Hong Kong, reflecting its dense population of nearly 3 million. This architectural evolution marks a stark contrast to about 30 years ago, when Medellin was dubbed the world's most dangerous city. While slum areas still exist, the influence of organized crime cartels has dwindled significantly, reshaping the city into a vibrant urban hub. Medellin shines as a hotspot of cultural rebirth, where chatting with friendly locals feels like second nature. With its sunny weather, folks often duck into lively shopping centers to beat the heat. The energy spills over into citywide festivals and fairs, drawing crowds from around the globe. A major perk? The Colombian peso's steep drop in value makes everything a steal for visitors. At roughly 4,100 pesos to the dollar, a filling meal costs a mere 12,000 pesos, or about $3. Even plush hotel stays won't break the bank, hovering around $35 per night. This financial edge turns Medellin into a prime pick for anyone craving a blend of excitement, tradition, and unbeatable affordability. In Medellin and Bogota, the economic reality for locals contrasts sharply with the tourist experience. The average resident earns about $300 a month, barely above the minimum wage of $261. This disparity means that while tourists enjoy low prices and comfortable living, locals face a tougher daily life. Colombia's Uber system allows for easy and affordable travel around Medellin at about $3 a ride, avoiding the congested public transport. However, traditional yellow taxis often cost significantly more. Many Colombians prefer motorcycles over cars due to the high cost of vehicle ownership. Consequently, savings are minimal, with most income spent on basic necessities. This economic situation positions Colombia as the Thailand of South America, where despite the high unemployment and inexpensive lifestyle visible, the myriad of street vendors selling memes like lemonade for less than $1, the vibrant city centers pulsate with life. Once a stronghold of drug cartels, Medellin has flipped the script to claim its spot as one of Colombia's top draws. Tourists often make a pit stop at Pablo Escobar's gravesite, the infamous kingpin behind the Medellin cartel whose story has fueled countless films and series worldwide. His era closed when U.S.-supported forces took him down, sparking a rapid overhaul across the city and nation to shake off their gritty past. The change is striking. Areas once avoided are now teeming with visitors. Comuna 13, in particular, bursts with colorful street art and murals, making it a lively centerpiece and a must-snap location in Colombia. The most challenging part for shop owners is that Colombia is near the equator, so the weather is very hot and humid. Due to its equatorial location, Colombia experiences intense sunlight, contributing to its hot climate. Crowded both day and night, visitors in cities like Medellin must be vigilant with their belongings, as pickpocketing is common. Many tourists choose to carry only the cash they need, leaving wallets behind. It's not uncommon to see police actions, even during the day. Street performers are a frequent sight in Medellin. At red lights, dancers entertain between cars seeking contributions, while others wash windshields for small earnings. It's a tough way to make a living. When night falls, Medellin comes alive, its streets buzzing well into the early hours. Colombia's reputation for outgoing, sociable locals shines here, with Latin rhythms filling the air and offering non-stop fun and chances to bond with warm, approachable people. It's no surprise the country ranks high as a joy-packed destination, not just in Latin America, but across the world. The vibe is laid back and inviting. Picture this. Stroll up to a local at dusk with a grin, and you'll likely get one back. Play your cards right, and you might just strike up a new friendship. For anyone who loves genuine experiences, dancing alongside Colombians is a can't-miss thrill. The nation pulses with Latin dances woven into its very fabric, forging ties between strangers and friends alike. Picture parties where the beats don't stop until 5 a.m., with everyone moving in sync, a perfect snapshot of Colombia's lively spirit of togetherness and festivity. You may have sampled nightlife elsewhere, but the electric, one-of-a-kind happiness here sets it apart. If you want to connect and dance with the girls here through social media or dating apps and would like us to share tips on how to make friends with Colombian girls, drop a comment with the number 8. We'll give you the answers. Take Bogota, the vibrant capital with a population of 7 million and a picturesque cityscape accented by cable cars crisscrossing overhead. Perched at 2,650 meters above sea level and surrounded by mountains, Bogota, like Medellin, places high value on street art. Its central location makes it one of the most inland areas of Colombia, and the city exudes a more metropolitan vibe compared to Medellin. Bogota is undeniably the heart of Colombia's business activities and the primary destination for those seeking higher education. However, it's also home to Santa Fe Street, known as the most dangerous area in the city, where illegal activities are rampant and few dare to venture. Despite these challenges, the city's dynamic atmosphere and cultural richness offer a compelling blend of experiences for both locals and visitors. Colombia offers much more than just affordable dining and vibrant nightlife. Take, for instance, the village of Guatap, a mere 2-hour drive from Medellin, which feels like a slice of Norway in South America. This green oasis where mountains meet lakes is renowned for a massive rock formation believed to have formed millions of years ago. Today, this rock not only captivates, but also makes an income from selling tickets for those who want to climb on it. More fascinating is the stunning lake view around Guatap was artfully created by humans. Despite its natural appearance from above, the lake was engineered in the 1970s when the area was flooded to facilitate a dam, providing electricity throughout Colombia. Besides its scenic beauty, Guatap and similar villages host vibrant local markets, where making music is as much a part of the market experience as the commerce itself, adding to the unique charm of Colombia's diverse attractions. Colombia's local markets are a feast for the senses, showcasing sights that might catch you off guard. Here, folks dig into alligator heads and rare fish pulled straight from the Amazon's wild waters. You'll also spot vendors rolling tobacco by hand, a cheaper alternative to store-bought smokes for those stretching their pesos. Despite their friendly, open-hearted vibe, especially in the countryside, what lands on the plate often comes down to making ends meet. Stroll through these bustling stalls, and you might see live turtles lined up for the grill, right next to worms and other quirky eats. This taste for the unusual isn't just for show. It's a raw glimpse into how tough times shape survival and spotlight the grip of poverty in these communities. On the other hand, Colombia is home to a natural spectacle, unlike any other, a river that flows with striking red waters. Nestled in the heart of the Amazon forests, this unique phenomenon is due to a rare red plant thriving within its waters, found nowhere else on Earth. Since its discovery in 1969, it has been known as the Five-Colored River, captivating visitors with its vivid hues and ethereal beauty. Further enhancing Colombia's allure is another remarkable destination, a tiny island isolated in the midst of the sea, completely unconnected to any land. This rare geographical feature adds to the diverse and unique tapestry that makes Colombia a country full of surprises and unexplored wonders, challenging the curious and adventurous to delve deeper into its natural and cultural richness. If you want to know more, leave a comment with the number 6 factorial. Santa Cruz del Islate, a unique and densely populated settlement, stands as an epitome of independence and self-governance. With no formal municipality, the within 200 residents of this small island manage their own affairs and establish their own rules, far removed from Colombia's mainland structures. There's no police presence, and in case of illness, there are no medical facilities, compelling residents to rely on self-treatment or undertake a lengthy journey to the mainland for care. The island lacks conventional stores, supermarkets, or chain shops, preserving a lifestyle unmarred by commercial franchises. The only accommodation for visitors is a single hostel, and tourists are permitted to stay no longer than 10 days, as mandated by the local community. Out on the islands, fishing isn't just a job, it's the lifeblood of the people, filling their nets and their bellies. Don't let the remote vibe fool you. They're not stuck in the past. Over 200 solar panels light up their homes, and Wi-Fi keeps them plugged into the world no matter how far they are from the mainland. Yet, there's a catch. With no sewage system, the same waters they fish from double as their bathroom, a jarring mix of modern perks and basic gaps that underscores their daily reality. One noticeable trait of Colombian women is that they are generally shorter than their North American or European counterparts. Colombian women are known for their vibrant and flirtatious demeanor. They often appreciate being the center of attention and enjoy admiring glances when they walk down the street. However, they typically do not welcome disrespectful forms of attention, such as hissing or wolf whistling. When it comes to social interactions, Colombian women are usually quite open. If you approach them respectfully, they are likely to engage in conversation, even if they are not interested in anything beyond a simple chat or friendship. It's also quite common for Colombian women to give out their phone number as a courtesy, even if they have no intention of pursuing further contact. Unlike some European cultures where women might invent an imaginary boyfriend to ward off advances, Colombian women might instead provide their number, but then avoid follow-up calls, make excuses to dodge meetings, or in less favorable scenarios, agree to a date but fail to show up. This openness in initial interactions is something to be mindful of, as it reflects a blend of cultural politeness and personal boundaries. Dating etiquette in Colombia can sometimes go against logic, especially when it comes to traffic. For example, you can choose a date location with a modest cost, but letting the other person pay for a taxi to get to the date is not good. If she agrees to meet you at the location, punctuality is crucial. While it might be culturally acceptable for her to arrive about 20 minutes late, leaving her waiting for even 5 minutes can lead to dissatisfaction for the majority of Colombian women. However, being detallista, attentive to details like opening car doors, is more valued than extravagant gestures. This doesn't mean that dining in a fancy restaurant isn't appreciated. It's just that thoughtful, smaller gestures tend to hold more weight. If you want to date Colombian girls through dating apps, comment the number 6, and I'll share some simple yet effective tips with you. Colombian women put real effort into looking their best, often spending an hour or two primping before stepping out. If you're a traveler hoping to fit in, ditch the backpacker shorts and flip-flops. Even in laid-back spots like Medellin or Cali, where the weather screams casual, locals tend to dress sharper, especially after dark. On a date? Offering to pick up the tab is a smooth move. Sure, many women might push to split it or cover their share, but making the gesture shows respect and fits right into Colombia's dating playbook. Navigating social interactions in Colombia, especially with men, can present unique challenges. One common issue is that it's difficult for many to admit fault. For instance, if a service isn't delivered as expected, or a taxi driver takes you to the wrong location, discussing the issue without making it seem like an accusation can be tricky. This stems from a cultural aversion to blame and confrontation. In Colombian culture, people generally avoid direct blaming and don't appreciate confrontational attitudes. If you need to address a problem, it's important to do so without an accusing tone to avoid damaging relationships. Additionally, using profanity, which might be lucidly tolerated in some cultures during casual or heated conversations, is particularly frowned upon in Colombia. Even if you're in a social setting where alcohol is involved, maintaining composure and avoiding coarse language is crucial, as it's considered aggressive and disrespectful. This respect for decorum is an essential aspect of Colombian social etiquette. The weather here likes to keep it low-key. Cloudy skies are common, but it's never too hot or too chilly, just a steady, easygoing mildness. For anyone earning in dollars or euros, Colombia is a goldmine for stretching your cash, especially on services. Think about it. A cleaner in the US might run you 15 euros an hour, but here, $15 a day gets you someone to scrub, iron, and even whip up a meal. It's not just cheaper, it's a fuller deal, with folks happy to tackle whatever's on your list. No red tape like you'd find stateside or in Europe. For expats and visitors, it's a practical perk that's hard to beat. One defining characteristic of Colombians is their profound capacity to find joy in life, often from simple pleasures or seemingly without any particular reason at all. This inherent gratitude extends to their family lives, which typically feature large extended family units. It's common for Colombian households to include at least 3 children and maybe more. In Colombia, the concept of family is inclusive and expansive, often embracing grandparents as integral members of the household rather than isolating them. This close-knit family structure ensures that multiple generations live under one roof, supporting one another. When you visit a Colombian family, it's typical to meet not just the parents and children, but also grandparents. Intergenerational care is a cornerstone of their culture, with grandparents frequently playing a significant role in raising children while parents work. This communal approach to family life and child rearing exemplifies the Colombian ethos of collective support and shared happiness. Colombia's streets paint a vivid picture of highs and lows. You might spot fancy cars cruising past wealthy families one minute, then see folks begging or sleeping rough the next. Walking around, you can feel eyes on you, a subtle tension that might make you second-guess your step. Still, there's a pull to dive into this rich, varied world and soak up the everyday rhythm. Just keep your wits about you. Crime's no small thing here. Tales of snatched watches or shady run-ins with motorbike crews aren't rare, a legacy of 30 years that's left its mark. Locals sum it up with a saying, "Live every day like it's your last and hold tight to what's yours." That edge shapes the kids, too. They grow up fast, carrying a quiet awareness and grit that kids in softer corners of the world might never need. Colombia has gained notoriety for the sophistication of its scams, particularly in transactions conducted on less reputable or individual-focused platforms outside of established, well-known websites. Scammers in the country have refined their techniques to an almost cinematic level, crafting narratives that effectively exploit the needs and vulnerabilities of their targets. For example, if you're interested in renting an apartment you found online, these scammers might present official-looking documents and request an upfront payment. However, upon arriving at the supposed location, you may discover that the apartment does not exist at all. This level of deceit not only highlights the need for vigilance, but also underscores the importance of using trusted platforms and conducting thorough verifications before engaging in any financial transactions, especially in unfamiliar environments. Additionally, Colombia still contends with an illegal drug market, which can sometimes infiltrate everyday life inconspicuously. For instance, what appears to be a group of friends sitting nearby in a public venue could actually be gang members. This underscores the importance of remaining vigilant and aware of one's surroundings, especially in unfamiliar settings. Getting around the twists and turns of life in Colombia can feel daunting, But there's a silver lining worth knowing. Over the past 10 years, a wave of folks from the US and Canada have made the move here. For many who found money tight back home, Colombia has become a fresh start, a slice of heaven thanks to its low living costs and hassle-free setup. Setting up shop, whether it's opening a bank account or snagging a rental, is a breeze compared to the red tape in the States or Europe. Plus, if you've got a solid passport, landing a residency permit is pretty straightforward, making it a hotspot for expats chasing an easier, cheaper way of life. Pair that with Colombia's lively traditions and jaw-dropping landscapes, and it's no wonder more people are flocking here to shake up their routines and stretch their dollars. For instance, retired American soldiers frequently choose Colombia as a place to relocate. With retirement pensions ranging from $2,000 to $3,000, these individuals find that their money stretches further in Colombia, allowing them a standard of living that would be unachievable with the same amount in the United States, where they might need $6,000 to $7,000 to maintain similar comforts. This significant cost-saving aspect of life in Colombia makes it a particularly appealing destination for retirees looking to maximize their financial resources while enjoying a new cultural experience. If you want to connect with the foreign community in Colombia, please leave a comment with the number 9 and your country name, and we will respond to you in the comments. Language barriers can pose a significant challenge for foreigners, but the Colombian police are often helpful in bridging these gaps, aiding those who struggle with Spanish. Over time, however, many Americans and Europeans take the initiative to learn Spanish, enhancing their ability to communicate and integrate more fully into the community. Despite these efforts, it's important to be cautious, as some opportunistic individuals may seek to exploit the language gap. New arrivals who are still adapting to the language and customs can be particularly vulnerable to misunderstandings and scams. It's advisable for newcomers to approach transactions and negotiations with extra care and, if possible, the assistance of a trusted bilingual guide or friend, especially in the initial stages of their relocation. Our trip through Colombia has unfolded a colorful mix of friendly faces, stunning greenery, and deep-rooted culture. This place serves up a one-of-a-kind combo of hurdles and delights that beg to be explored, from the heartfelt hospitality of its locals to the natural wonders spanning the Andes to the Amazon. Colombia isn't just a dot on the map, it's a full-on experience waiting to pull you in. If this peek into its world has lit a spark, or maybe even nudged you to plan your next getaway, don't just sit on it, go live it. Dive into the vibrant hues, savor the local eats, and connect with the folks who give this country its heartbeat. Been there already or got questions about your trip? Toss a comment our way. We're all ears for your tales and happy to help with tips. Hit that like button, share the vibe, and subscribe for more travel scoops and stories. Catch you in the next one.